and sole sustainer of all of the worlds, and that ultimately when we die we will return to Him. Or we have the option of disbelieving in that fact and choosing a path other than the path that has been set out by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through His noble messengers that He has sent through time immemorial. If you choose the path of Iman, you have chosen the path of protection, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself has guaranteed to protect you. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He talks about the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, He mentions that He Himself was protected front to back, up and down, from any type of calamity and any type of shortcoming. We know that the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, all of them from beginning to end, are ma'sumun. They don't make mistakes. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam is the Imam al-Mursaleen. He is the head of the Anbiya and Mursaleen. So if you choose the path of Iman, you choose the path of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. You choose the path of the one who is in contact with Alim al-Ghaybi wa shahada. Right? Alim al-Ghaybi فَلَا يُقْدِرُ عَلَى غَيْبِهِ أَحَدًا إِلَّا مَنْ ارْتَضَى مِنْ رَسُولٍ فَإِنَّهُ يَسْلُكُ مِنْ بَيْنِ يَدَيْهِ وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِ رَصَدًا. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the sole knower of the unseen. And nobody has access to the unseen. Umur of the Ghayb, the Yawm al-Akhir, Jannah wa Nar, what's happening with the Malaika, all the stuff that's going on in the Samawat at the moment. That's just speculative now, which is the reason why the kuffar disbelieve. Right? And one of the first things that we are enjoined to believe in, Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, guidance for the muttaqeen people. Who are the muttaqeen people? الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. They are those who believe in the unseen. Those things that happen, that seem like fairy stories, that seem mystic, that seem magical, but they are real, described by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran. We get flashes of them, right? We feel them sometimes. Our Iman is high and we get a sense of them, right? But they are always forever in the unseen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He protects the one who has access to the unseen, which is the messengers, alayhi salatu wasalam. And at the head of those messengers is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends angels, sends those who protect the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فَإِنَّهُ يَسْلُكُ مِنْ بَيْنِ يَدَيْهِ, in front of him, وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِ رَصَدًا, and behind him. So there is nothing that approaches the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that could possibly harm him. The one who picks the way of Iman is protected with the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who has revealed this remembrance. And He is the one who is going to protect it. You choose the path of Iman, you choose the path of the Quran, you choose the path of protection in this life and the next. And if you choose the other path, the path of kufr, and I don't mean, brothers and sisters, here that when you choose the path of kufr, you deny Allah and His Messenger. Rather, you choose the path of kufr, which is those things that lead to kufr. Those things that take you down the road towards kufr. Those things that the kuffar themselves are known for. It is their way of life. It is their objective in life. Fulfilling your pleasures and desires, overcoming all of your fears that you could possibly do with regards to your enemies and your friends. Power and domination, increasing in your wealth. All of these things are objectives here. And we know in our capitalist society, we know those are the objectives. We are pushed, that's chucked down our throats all the time. It's chucked down our children's throats. To the point where all they can think about is what job to get so they can have a nice car that they can drive. They see a nice BMW driving up the street, they look at it, I wish I could have that. Some guy on YouTube with some Lamborghini, the latest Lamborghini, who's doing like a little tour of his car. It's rented, but he's doing a tour of his car. And the kids are looking at it like, you know what, I want that. I need that. Chucking it down our throats. You choose that path, you choose the path of uncertainty. There is no protection in that path. You don't know where to plant your feet. And even if you think you know where you're planting your feet, you plant them and they take you down a slippery slope towards kufr. And by the time you get to the bottom of that slope, you have no idea how you got here. I don't pray anymore, I don't recite any Quran, I barely listen to the Quran even on the radio or on YouTube or anything. When I hear the Quran or some religious talk being recited or a lecture going on, I skip that. I don't want to listen to it. I don't feel like listening to it. I have no attachment to the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's you. And you don't even know how you got there. And you're wondering, I'm I'm Muslim though, and I love Allah, and I love His Messenger, and when I hear these things, I agree with them. And if someone was to ask me what you believe, and I say I believe in Islam, and I believe there's Allah, and I believe that the Quran is from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When it comes to implementation, acting, when it comes to choosing between your desires and choosing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are powerless. Powerless. You have no ability to choose the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even when you say, yes, I choose the path of Allah, you find yourself on Netflix, you find yourself on YouTube, you find yourself out with mates, you find yourself in all of the places where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not. SubhanAllah. That is the path that you choose. That is the path to go. So we have the option, brothers and sisters. We all have the choice. And that choice isn't just a one-off. You make that choice and it's done. I made that choice when I hit puberty and I decided to be a Muslim. I made that choice when I came into Islam and I decided to be a Muslim. It's an ongoing choice. It's a choice that we make every day. Have you not heard the statement of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that time will come where a man will wake up Muslim and go to sleep disbelieving? And he would go to sleep disbelieving and he would wake up a Muslim. Right? It's a choice that we make every single day. It's a choice that we make every single day to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to make a conscious effort to better ourselves and better our iman, to overcome our own nafs, so that we don't look at each other with animosity and hatred. We don't look at each other with suspicion. We don't belittle and demean others just because of the way they look, or the job that they have, or the money that they have in the bank, or the car that they drive. We don't do these things. Why? Because we are Muslim and we have chosen the path of iman. And everything that comes in the Quran that calls us towards ahsan al-akhlaq. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. The Prophet ﷺ is described as a mercy to mankind, as the one who has the best of manners of all of mankind put together, all of creation. He is the best of it. And he is the one, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. That we have the best of examples in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. Whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has come with and given you, you take that, you hold on to it. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا. You hold on to it fast, the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, together. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. This is the path that we have chosen, the path of Iman. Every other path is a path of furqa, separation, animosity, hatred. You have something that I want, I envy you because of that, and I wish that you hadn't got it and I had. I wish that I was in your place. Hasad, hiqd, all of the negative facets of the human character you can possibly think of are encouraged, are pushed. The only reason why the capitalists can sell the things to you and make you feel like you need to buy them is because you are jealous of the people that have them. So they need to feed you with that jealousy in order for you to want to buy the things that they want to sell you. Otherwise, you're not going to bother buying it. Why? Because you are content with the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are content with the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't sell in the shops. You can't buy that. This is the path that you have the option of choosing. Either you choose the path that leads to this way, that leads to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger, or you lead the path to kufr, that may seem beautiful. Roses, mashallah, it's all beautiful out there, and there's riches, and there's money, and you invest here, and you get 150% back on your investment in the first month. Amazing, mashallah, make money quick. Just flowers. إنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته. Inshallah, we'll go through this another time. But we will know that the dunya is faniya. It's just a temporary enjoyment. Looks good on the outside, but will ultimately wilt and die. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to tawfiq to be able to make the correct choice, the choice that leads to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger, and to act upon that throughout our lives. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. Verily, there is a dhikr that you can do on Yawm al-Jumu'ah, that if it is done, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will return that dhikr to you tenfold. The reward of that is tenfold. And that is the salat and the salam upon the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, where the Prophet said that Man salla alayya salatan sallallahu ta'ala alayhi ashra. Whoever Yawm al-Jumu'ah sends salat upon me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send salutations and prayers upon him 10 times over. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you the rewards of that 10 times over. And we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He Himself amongst His noble angels, they do this very thing. Ya inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. So we are also enjoined to do that very same thing. So this is a dhikr that we must do on the day of Jummah. Another thing that you can do on the day of Jummah is make copious dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because there is an hour on the day of Jummah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asked in that hour, He doesn't leave the one who asks Him empty-handed. So we hope and pray that this is the hour in which our du'as are accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins, to overlook our shortcomings, to save us from the punishment of the hellfire. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ رَبَّنَا ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا وَإِن لَّمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا وَتَرْحَمْنَا لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَّدُنكَ رَحْمَةً إِنَّكَ أَنتَ الْوَهَّابُ ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين وجعلنا للمتقين إماما آمين يا رب العالمين. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العلي الجليل يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. وأقم الصلاة. الله أكبر.